Ever wondered that wearing these glasses you could still be a pilot one day and sit in the cockpit flying your dream aircraft and living the dream life that you wish to? So hey, what's up guys, welcome back to the vlog. And last time when I started vlogging, the day was I think 21st of June 2025, the day which I got my class 2 medicals, and this time I'm here with something more powerful than that, which is the class 1 medical in the top tier of the medicals. So yeah, and as you saw in the title, so I was wondering if you got a pair of spectacles in your eyes and you wear it 24/7 a day, and throughout the years, and you've been dreaming to become a pilot, and you think how that's possible. So better watch this video. I'll give some tips and the real truth factors about how you can get to be a pilot wearing glasses. So I'll start up with the basics first of doing your DGCA class medicals. So maybe it's class 2 or class 1. It's almost the same procedure. You gotta fast before your blood test. I mean, you need to fast at least 12 to 14 hours before you take your blood. At one point, you should get to the specific reporting time at the hospital for me, which was almost 7:30 in the morning, and I had to leave my house by almost 6:45, which is 45 minutes from here. The place where I did it was Apollo Chennai Greaves Road, Thousand Lights. So yeah, it's such a great hospital, and they have this Pro Health package over there, which helps you get through every single test in a jiffy, like in a sped up moment of time, and you just do it fast. Yes, of course, I did it in a private hospital. So if you're wondering what the difference between a private hospital and a Air Force or a military station where they do your DGCA medicals is absolute complete different when you do it in your military checkup places or even doing in your private places. So there are pros and cons which relate according to it. Yeah, and another main factor is get your documents ready. So they'll ask for your driving license, maybe your Aadhaar card, and if you have a passport, your passport, and if you are an NRI, you gotta show your different documents for that. Show your class 2 certificate if you got one, and other than that, copy of your spectacles if you wear one. And that's some of the most required documents that which will require for going for your class 1 medicals. And like I said, doing it in a private center may cost you a lot of money, but still there was one option for me as staying in Chennai for right now, and there are difference between getting your medicals done in a private center or at a Air Force or military station. So yeah, when it comes to factors like that, you gotta choose wisely where your center is, and even if you got a medical doctor in your specific city where you're from. And yeah, so I got to the hospital, and the first test which I did was my chest x-ray, by which I followed up by doing a blood test with complete CBC count, your diabetes, your uric acid, your all the levels. And yeah, so basically after that I was told to do chest ECG, which I did fast. After doing my chest ECG, I had to drink a lot of water, then do the ultrasound, like fill up your bladder to do the ultrasound, and after that you need to collect your urine to give it as a urine sample for the test. And so likewise after that you need to get to eat your breakfast, which was provided by Apollo. Like last time, and you know the breakfast there is crazy, and that's what I really die for at that place. So yeah, coming off with all of that, after the breakfast I went through my checkup with my ophthalmologist, where she did colorblind checkness and all the 6x6 vision test, and also we're reviewing my class 2 report since she was the last time who did for me. And yeah, it was very good, and the ophthalmology session ended there with 1 hour and almost having 2, 3 or 4 types of eye drops, my eyes burning, and making me go high, look high, absolutely, so with a blurry vision. And after that comes the audiogram, the audiometry thing. Since I heard a lot of music, I was still suspecting to fail this, but I did pass. That's an absolutely wonder. Thank God for that. So yeah, before that, at the first, before your blood test, they check your BMI. So my height on class 2 was 183 centimeters, which is almost 6 feet, and my weight was 72, where now my height is 185, where I am 6 feet, maybe 6 feet 1, I don't really keep account of it. So yeah, and my weight is 79, by which I plan to do some lot of bulking stuff. Yeah, so I did increase my weight being in Delhi and eating a lot. So yeah, and so after my audiometry test, I had a normal ENT checkup, which almost took me 5 minutes. And after that, there was a lot of waiting period, and I collected my reports, where I was called by the front office and they said to leave and come back tomorrow to meet the doctor. So yeah, so first day of medicals ends right there, and I'll catch up with the second one. And welcome back for day 2. So day 1, my dad was with me for doing and everything. So yeah, day 2 I was alone. I got into a taxi. I left my home at almost, I think, 7. I left at almost 7:30 and I reached there by 8, which they demanded another test for me to do. And the test was another blood check, because a component in my blood is a little bit high. It's called as eosinophilia, if I'm pronouncing it right, or eosinophilia somehow. Okay, so that component is, I think, according to my understanding, is what your white blood cells, our body is more than the amount of the count that it should be, because it's fighting an allergy in your body. And thinking of allergy, it's some kind of dust allergy maybe, and some other type of allergies. So basically I think it's a dust allergy, because I do get involved in a lot of dusty activities like playing sports and everything. So yeah, according to that test, and they told me to not too fast, and I my breakfast, and I arrived there on time. Then I had the blood check, then I went through the physical examination almost after an hour. So yeah, after an hour it was the physical examination which I went through. It was pretty good. And after that, I had been waiting for some time, where they called me again. They told all your files are okay, just waiting for your doctor review. So yeah, the doctor would come by 2:30 in the afternoon. So yeah, I had to wait. So yeah, while the time I was waiting, I did something epic, in which I'll be dropping a short edit on this and in my channel. So it's basically nothing. Whole Chennai was cloudy for the day, and I went for plane spotting at the airport. So yeah, I had a pretty much lot of time. Then I ate my lunch over there, absolutely a junk food called as Burger King combo. And after that, I had returned watching a lot of go-arounds and landings and pretty hard firm touchdowns. So yeah, rain dropped in, rain came, went again, then it came back again. So yeah, I had a lot of time. So after that, what happened was, I did go to the hospital back, where I met my doctor, and it took me almost near 5:30, almost 3 hours waiting and everything, because there were also other students with me. And yeah, that's how the doctor review part went, and everything went good. And I had to share my EGCA ID and my EGCA OTP and password to them, for them to register for the CA35, and I got my CA35 finally. So yeah, I'll send you to a cousin 3 days ago who was excited about getting his medical certificate. And so here is my class 1 CA35 certificate. Got a bunch of reports though, and there are a bunch of reports that I filed from Apollo, and it's heavy, thick papers stuff right here, and here is the final one. This is the stuff I've been waiting for, I don't know, maybe years, maybe months. It's a huge milestone in my life, and glad to be getting this. Thank God for that. And yeah, absolute piece of, what do you call it, proudness. Yeah. So yeah, so my final tip and advice for the people who are going to get your class 1 medicals is that stay hydrated, do your exercise, and maintain a well physique, and be in a good body proportion. I mean, my BMI. So yeah, don't be overweight or neither be underweight. So yeah, maintain that. Have a good sleep schedule and eat good food. Maintain a diet, not too much. You can have a lot of things at this age, but I don't know about how your medical conditions are. But one more thing is also, you should have a good background of your medical history. So basically, if you had major surgeries, you get pointed out to the doctor. Major accidents or any like facial rectification, like any plastic surgeries or anything that might have had. So for me, till now I don't have any much further of any broken bone or a fracture or any other big kind of accident or issue yet. So it's kind of okay for me, and otherwise it's okay. So maintaining and telling about your eye, maintain a good health for your eye by eating good food and stay hydrated. And one more thing, not too much of screen time, not too much of doom scrolling through the nights. As a person like me would basically say this, because even though I do this, still you gotta, at least for the medical days, for you to pass, at least push it away for some time and give it up for your career. So yeah, that is one advice that I would give. And speaking about the another part of your eye, make sure you do a test before also your class 1 if you don't have enough confidence. And also, in the sense, what I mean of confidence is that you haven't done your eye check in like 3 or 4 years and you don't know what your power is, and you still go and do it. There's a sense of you getting failed. So basically, know everything, know your values and everything. So that's what I would basically suggest too. Okay, and after that, yeah, so basically maintain yourself and control too much things, and be in a good way and a shape of your body should be. That's how pilots deserve to be. And yeah, that's it for this vlog. And so thank you all for watching this video. I hope it finds it really useful for the ones who really need it, and I appreciate your support, and I'll try to stay consistent for a while. And since I'm preparing for my NAV examination right now, and that's a big thing for me that's coming up. Okay, so pointing out about my DGCA subjects, I'll create another video for it, and how to pass and how to get a computer number. I've been telling this for so long, but I've never done. I really don't get time to focus on YouTube for much time. And yeah, so thank you for watching this video, and again, hope you find this useful and helpful at one point. So thank you. Bye.